Okay, so basically, if you understand it right, then you'll be able to explain it. If not, then there is something that you don't understand, and we can figure it out together, or you can figure it out yourself. So kind of seems like you can't figure out what you don't understand. Okay, so let's just go through it together. So let's just start with the mobility of factors of production. Okay, so here you have to break it down into mobility and then factors of production. So you know what factors of production are already, so we won't really go through that. So in this definition, they're telling you what mobility in this sense means, right? And it's to switch between different factors of production, which are the four factors of production during the production process. So when you are explaining something, right, the best way to do it is to use examples. And they
Like the
sorry.
the like the cars and the trucks, like the one down there, right?
Okay,
Like the
yeah,
examples.
so can you use that to explain mobility of factors of production?
Uh, so like if wait. Okay, so uh okay, so like if like the firm they it is the capital is like very mobile if like they can uh produce like cars and truck, and like they can switch very easily, and it requires them to like change some little stuff to like make the other thing.
And why would that mean that the capital is mobile?
uh because like up there it says like the more mobile the factor, the more flexibility uh flexibility there will be in production. Then down there it says like uh they they just like need a new few simple changes to the robotic arm extension. Then I don't know how to explain anymore.
Okay, but so far you have just read out what they have given you. You haven't linked anything, you haven't equated anything, you haven't really explained the example using the concept. So maybe you can do one of the things that I mentioned.
What? Wait, what things?
So maybe you can equate things, you can link things, you can explain the example using concepts. So not just reading out the example. So explaining it to me how the example fits into the concept itself. So stuff like that, making it more holistic, making the explanation more holistic. So instead of like putting it into chunks, like, oh, they said this in the first sentence and then they said this in the second sentence, kind of like make it a whole story for me. So make it more um um holistic. Yeah. So I think you understand the words separately, the sentences separately. So you understand the English, but you don't understand the concept. Because if you do understand the concept, then you wouldn't be reading out sentence by sentence to me. You would be explaining the concept as a whole, and then either giving examples before that or using examples to explain it. So I want you to try to do that. I think yeah. So you need to try to understand it as a whole, kind of see like which part of the concept you don't understand.
Ah,
Okay. So you need to rewrite the stuff. I think you are just summarizing a lot of things, but you're not really rewriting them. So you can rewrite them in words, or you can also summarize them more in terms of like maybe equivalent, equating, or yeah. So it just depends on like what works for you, and kind of linking all of them together.
mm.
Okay.